Boy, oh boy, the dysfunctional behavior in the black American community. It got so bad where we are attacking our own kids. I'm going to piggyback off of Redirect Television. I want y'all to see something and tell me what should happen to this piece of crap they call a human being.
For covering stories like this, y'all have to understand, I don't go looking for this stuff. These things are shared with me, okay? And if they're not shared with me, they show up in my feed because it's out there and it will show up. So understand that this is not an attack on you because I'm talking about this. And for those of you who look at it as such, that is childish and pathetic. We are talking about a little girl who her mom said was fighting for her life. Look at her. Look at her. Forget about any sympathy you feel for the manosphere. Look at her. Ask yourself, could you do this? If you were this child's father, could you get a pot?
This black man, this piece of garbage, took a pot of hot water and put it down his daughter's throat. This is what he did. I tell people this: you don't want no kids, put a condom on or pull out. But to make kids suffer, what I would like to do to him, I can't say. But what he did, don't give him 25 years to life. Give him life. Period. Continue.
Boiling water. Could you get boiling water from anywhere and pour it down her throat? If you answer yes to that, then you got a problem. That's why I'm covering this story, because of the fact that it's been shared with me so many times, and I really.
And you know the sad thing about this story right here? Apparently, when this story came out, you had black men in their feelings because people was addressing this. They was in their feelings because people was addressing this animal, because he's not a human being. He's a piece of trash and an animal. And I can't even say he's an animal because animals have more compassion than human beings. So he's a piece of trash. And you had black men that was getting into their feelings because people was addressing this. The difference between Pookies, Ray Rays, and good black men. The difference. I'm going to have to say it like this and excuse my language. There's a difference between black people and niggas. I'm going to repeat this. Excuse my language, and I'm sorry I'm offending people. There's a difference between black people and niggas. A black person wouldn't have did nothing like that. A black person would have nurtured his daughter, nurtured his son, and took care of his son, made sure his son or daughter was protected, and brought him up in the right manner. Niggas do stuff like that. Niggas will take their little kids and little boys and girls and beat them with baseball bats and abuse them and stuff like that. Put them in closets and stuff like that. That's niggas. Continue.
I had to take a second and third look at this, and I didn't even want to deal with this story. Someone shared the story with me about the man choking babies at the hospital nursery as well. And I said, some stories I'm just not sure about. I'm going to just be honest with you. Sometimes I know that there are planted stories, and I'm not saying that that's one of them, but, this one right here, there's a lot more details involved. There's more than some fuzzy image that look like it might be 30 or 40 years old. You have real crisp, up-to-date stuff Like I said, I'm not saying the other thing didn't happen, but this right here just really, really grabbed me. That one did too. It did too. I said to myself, how could a person do something like that, right? But then I said, this sounds like kind of like one of those.
Who would do like something like this to a little kid? Who would really do something like this to a young kid? That baby can't even defend himself or herself. I think it's a female. I think it's a little girl. She can't defend herself. So that makes you a tough guy to take your daughter, the one you helped create by your sperm, and I guess got into your feelings. So you take hot water and put it down the baby's throat. Dudes like that, you need to take in the room. They don't need to go to jail. They need to be put in the room with me or somebody else, and let's just fight, man. Let's box it out, man. Let's just close the door and box it out. That's what we need to do. Just box it out. Because y'all are horrible. That baby can't even defend herself. Can't defend herself. That baby was depending on you as a daddy. Daddy, protect me from the world. But now daddy is the one that's hurting you. Daddy's supposed to protect you from the world. Daddy's supposed to protect you from any harm coming to you. But instead, this is what daddy does.
Stories where they say someone, not this one here, but the one with the guy going into the hospital. I need more information than just that, right? Because I've seen so many stories that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt were planted, unreal stories. But anyway, this one right here, they showed the baby in the hospital, hooked up to all kinds of machines. And anyway, let me just get into it. Let me just go to the article and share that with you all, okay? It says in Alabama, a man allegedly poured boiling water down a baby's throat while out on bond for domestic violence charges. So an Alabama judge denied bond for Eugene Lamont Sneed on Friday. So here he is right there, 23 years old. So getting into the story, says a man.
23. 23-year-old man. At 23, I was working and going to work out at the gym. I really wasn't into women because women wasn't attracted to me any damn way because I was one of them quiet nerds. I wasn't a gangster. I didn't have no reputation on beating people up and putting people in 6 feet under and killing people. I didn't have that. At 23, I was working. You understand what I'm saying? And, helping my father and going to the gym. I went on little dates here and there, but it wasn't nothing major. So he's 23 years old and domestic violence. So that has to be the mother of his child. So he's an abuser from the beginning. Satan from the beginning. Continue.
Alabama allegedly poured boiling water down his 1-year-old baby's throat while he was out on bond in relation to a domestic violence charge. Domestic violence, what is that? So that's when a person feel big and bad and brave when it comes to putting their hands on another person. But when it comes to other folk, like a man that's his size or bigger, all that braveness just kind of vanishes away, if you know what I mean. Unless he's packing a pistol. Some folk get real brave when they're dealing with someone weaker than them. So anyway, Nikita Lett, the mother of the 1-year-old, Royalty, that's the baby's name, said that the baby was left alone with Sneed, who is the baby's father, on Sunday. When Lett got back to the apartment, she saw Royalty's face all messed up. She says, I get in the apartment and my baby's face is just messed up. Let me explain.
A kid that you helped make, you do this to your kid. You're not supposed to do it to any kid, but you do this to your kid. You got in that bed, you enjoyed yourself, you released into this woman, and she tells you she's pregnant 9 months later. Y'all have a kid, the kid's 1 year old, and you decide to do this. And then you're beating up on the female. I don't know what type of problems that y'all had, but you should have walked out, made an agreement with you and her to take care of you, her financially, or go to child support. And this is why a lot of good men like me and other men don't want to be around that. We don't want to be around this country. We just want to leave. We don't hate America. A lot of people are getting it twisted. We don't hate this country. We hate this thing that's going on in this country. We hate the stuff that a lot of people are doing. And we don't want to be around stuff like that. Because once a man does that, especially a black man, we already have it bad at just being a black man, because of young Negroes doing all type of chaotic stuff. So we want to get away from all this, so we get our passports and we want to just leave. We don't want to be around this. We don't. But I'm praying for that little baby to make it. I'm really praying for that little baby to make it. And you know it's going to be so sad. It's going to be in her mind. She's going to flash. So if she makes it and recovers, she's not going to want to be with a black man. Because she's going to see what her father did to her. You see how that goes? He screwed it up for good black men. She's not going to want to be dating no black men because she's going to remember that stuff. Little kids sometimes remember them things. She's going to remember that. She's not going to want to be with a black man. She's going to be terrified of black men. Any thoughts? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about what happened. And what you would have done if you was a family member, if you found out this happened. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Everybody, when you see stuff like that happen, don't let it fly, man. Do something about it. We got to protect these young kids. Y'all take it easy and God bless.